Hello everyone. Today we are going to look into the lesson called The School in the Forest, which speaks about a unique school which is run in the forest, especially for the tribal students. Before getting into the lesson, let's move on to how the education today in India. Spare the rod and spoil the child. This is a kind of a principle or a proverb you can call it in loco parentis, a person or an institution that assumes parental duties for a minor, that they replicate practices parents use, which may themselves be controversial, quoting them as expression of love and concern, to discipline students and to establish a quite orderly and respectful atmosphere for conducive learning environment. Pedagogically, it is well established that the fear of corporal punishment may make students compliant but does not ensure learning. In fact, when an anxiety level is raised by a fear, it inhibits learning and is a deterrent to creativity and critical thinking. If, as the National Curriculum Framework states, the purpose of learning is to help students become independent learners and experience joyful learning, a culture of fear has no place in the classroom. Let's delve into this particular school, how it is run. The first generation learners for whom the schools are a new cultural and life experience are more vulnerable than any other section of a society, and that effects of the corporal punishment, and consequently more likely to feel alienated from the education system. And why do we need alternative school system? Better system which works for the child rather than the system that just wants to pump out little factory workers. It's not like that. It is a survival of the fittest in the 21st century. And teaching independence, the ability to choose, take, complete it, return it to its spot for others to use, to think outside the box, to be innovative, to be imaginative, to solve the problems, and to thrive in a world where not everyone thinks and learns the same way. So, this is to make them according to their intelligent level. You keep changing the methodology and the system of education every now and then as per the updation. Let's move on to the writer who wrote this particular lesson, School in the Forest. And his name is Bharadwaj Rangan. He is an Indian film critic and writer. Formerly, he was a deputy editor of The Hindu and he wrote for the New Indian Express. He also authored two books, worked as a screenwriter. He is a teacher at Asian College of Journalism, Chennai. He became a senior editor in Film Companion. Bharadwaj Rangan won the National Film Award for Best Film Critic in the year 2006. And this is the Vidyavanam School, which is located in uh, Anekati, which is a border of Tamil Nadu and Kerala. This particular school started in the year 2007 by the Bona Foundation with just 40 students, and today it teaches more than 300 local tribal students. The unique about the uniqueness about this particular school is it's only exclusively meant for tribal students who are underprivileged, who don't have access to everything that we normal people have. And this means knowledge in the wilderness. Vidyavanam, which means knowledge in the wilderness. It serves the needs of the Irula tribe people. And Prema Rangachari is the director of the school who founded this particular school. And most of the students are first generation learners where parents have not entered into school. And there are no fixed classroom. Teachers learn along with the students. And it does not have examination till 7th grade to reduce the pressure on the children. How beautiful it is. They do not have prescribed textbook until 7th grade. And Vidyavanam follows the Montessori method blended with theme-based learning. This helps children to relate what they learn with why they learn and thus find a meaning in the value of education. From 8th standard onwards, the children are trained to appear for the public examination. Even though Vidyavanam does not have any state government's affiliation, they manage to appear for SSLC through the National Institute of Opening School, and they also have a concurrence with the international syllabus IGCSE. And this particular school offers an intensive 17-day program for theme-based interdisciplinary methodology developed by the school. The course covers early childhood development, aspects of child psychology, education theories, a detailed exposition of theme-based interdisciplinary methodology, and its success dealing with the children in rural and tribal areas, the benefits of mixed age group learning, personality development for teachers, and importance of co-curricular activities. Prema Rangachari, she is the founder of this particular school, who says the first conference in 2014 was triggered by the death of a young student in Bhutan. He had been beaten to death by the teacher, says Rangachari director Vidyavanam. Similar incidents of violence inflicted by teachers on students led the theme of Education for Caring Society, in which children could grow up without any fear. The cornerstone of free and fearless living is democracy, and thus we chose democracy in education. And this is the teaching methodology they have. This is to provide a fear-free and inclusive learning environment and a specially designed curriculum that integrates to today's educational requirements with the community's unique needs. The curriculum had to be evolved, making learning a meaningful one. And it has a 5 zone: Tamil, English, Mathematics, Science, and Social Sciences. Class 4 to 7 do not have fixed classroom. Instead, they move among these difficult zones. Each zone is equipped with images, artifacts, charts, models, and books, which help them to absorb information through visual stimuli, even if the child is not fully attentive during the class. And this is a theme-based learning, where knowledge is seamless, continuous flow from one discipline to another. A theme is selected and studied from every subject and artistic angle. The same theme moves through every class with extra information, extended competency. There are no prescribed textbooks. Teachers source material from varied sources. For example, the theme is soil in science. The children will study characteristics of soil, which contains the nutrients and microbes, the factors that affect soil formation, etc. In maths, they will look at ratio proportion, volume, weight, area, and measurement. In social science, the topics will include ecosystem, vegetation, and wildlife landforms, topography, archaeology, and excavation. In language, they read and write essays, poems, stories around them, and write slogans and debate issues as well. With a large majority of the children being from the Irula tribe, the school instituted the practice of a multilingual classroom. The multilingual environment helps the children to move seamlessly from a tribal language to Tamil and English. All communication with these teachers is in English. The ensuing struggle with the communication is seen as a part of a learning process and getting sensitized to each other's culture.